everything that is said in the Bible that I've heard, that I've read about, gets refuted so easily at me, and seriously, that kind of also helps in why I don't believe in God. I mean, if God existed, He would never make us live in such a miserable place. Question number 7. If you died and discovered God existed, what do you say to he, she, it? What the fuck, dude? That's what I would say. I mean, seriously, why did you make us like this? What? If you wanted us to love you, you wouldn't have made us have free will. If you didn't want us to go to hell, you wouldn't have given us free will. Why did you give us free will? That is what I would ask. Question number 8. What religion is the most dangerous in your eyes today and in the past? In the past, it used to be Christianity. Nowadays, it's Islam. It's obvious. Question number 9. Name 3 peaceful religions you have no issue with. Well, no religion actually is peaceful, is it? At least I don't recall hearing about a peaceful religion. Well, Buddhism is partly a religion, partly a philosophy, so maybe that's it. But then again, it's not totally peaceful either. So, sorry, I can't really recall any peaceful religion. Question number 10. What would it take you to believe in God? Well, it's obvious. To see God. To see Him, not just with my eyes, not just to hear Him, but to be sure that everyone around me is hearing Him and seeing Him too at the same time. And He's performing all kinds of miracles that He supposedly was able to do when He was His own Son and His own Father. That's what I would need to believe in this guy or girl or it, you know. Next question. Would the world be a better place without religion? This question is kind of tricky. On the one hand, it kind of would be. On the other hand, it wouldn't be all that peaceful. I think that after a long period of time, it could become peaceful without religion. How do you feel about government and politics? To me, it's kind of like being jerked off with both hands. With one hand and then another hand. It's kind of the same thing, but not really. They're almost twins, but not exactly identical twins. They have their differences. Next question. If you could go back in time and kill Hitler and Stalin as babies, would you do it? On one hand, maybe I would, but then again I would create a paradox and maybe I wouldn't be born. But then again, maybe that would be a good thing. But then again, maybe the people I've helped so far via talking with them would be a bad idea. You know what I mean? On one hand, it could be good, on one hand, it could be bad. I would create a paradox in which some of the greatest minds of these days wouldn't exist. I'm not a great mind, but I don't want to risk the non-existence of some of the greatest people on the planet that could disprove religion one day. To its fullest, to its fullest. Why is stem cell research so important? Why is it not? I mean, there has been so much said about stem cell research over the course of the past 8 or 9 years. It's important shit, sorry, but it's important, and the religion really shouldn't mess with that stuff. Is abortion evil? No, because technically you're not killing anyone in the process. Now, if abortion was done during the period of time when the fetus wasn't the fetus anymore, it was a baby, then it would be in a way evil. But then again, what is evil? You know, abortion sometimes it's. I don't find abortion evil if it's done in the earlier phases. You know, sometimes the woman that's getting an abortion has been mistreated. He didn't plan to have the baby. Isn't ready to be a parent. Could have been raped. So yeah, I believe in freedom of choice. What would the circumstances need to be for you to approve of torture? I don't approve of torture. Unless you're that kind of a kinky person that likes to be tortured, but hey, that's your choice. The next question. Should we try to save animals from going extinct? Yes, we should. We should try to save animals. I'm an animal lover. I don't love nothing more than to see endangered species getting saved. Do you approve of capital punishment? Again, here, 50-50, okay? It's really hard to decide. On one hand, yes, on one hand, no. Do you believe in aliens, ghosts, souls, or supernatural forces? Well, aliens possibly exist. I mean, what we perceive as aliens may not be the actual thing. The little green man. Maybe they're not a little green man. Maybe they're, you know, maybe they're small particles of light that live in our space. That would be possible. I believe in the soul in sort of a poetic way, not in a spiritual or supernatural way, kind of like the mind, but not exactly. Would you sacrifice yourself for a loved one with the chance you may end up in hell for being an atheist? In a fucking second. I would definitely sacrifice myself for the sake of someone I love. Explain the detail. Explain in detail the process of death. I don't think it's a process. One minute you may be alive, another minute you may be dead. It's hard to say, I mean... I guess maybe it's kind of like how a computer dies. The electricity goes off and everything stops working. Have you ever been there? No, I haven't been there. Sorry.